Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, excuse me. Mogollon Monster here. Welcome to Why the Fascination. That's two shows with some screwed up starts. I want to welcome everybody tonight. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody in chat. Oh, what do you got? Lockbeard, what's up, man? Cashew, hello. Kans Squatch, sent you that, so I'll check my email, see if you sent it. Mr. Lee 3PO, what's happening, man? Hola, Juanita. Welcome. Who else we got here? Sandy Clemons. How are you, Sandy? I'm glad you're here, Sandy. Whit Helton, what's happening? So yeah, guys, same old. Kans Squatch is going to pop on tonight and hang out with us. I'm looking forward to meeting Scott. You know, I felt bad. You got all showered and dressed for Sawdust Beast, and you didn't need him. So I felt bad that he went through all that. So I figured, what the hell? Come on, all dressed up and no place to go. Come on over. So that's cool. JCL Ohio, what's up, man? Dark Side Hooligan. Robin Ward. Who else? I'm so happy to see everybody here tonight. So let me check my email real quick. There we go. So that means it'll be over here. If I push the wrong button, don't be surprised. I just have to find this. All right. Invite. Copy to clipboard. Kill that. All right, Kans, where'd you go? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out, as usual. How do I reply? Yeah, so I've just been busting my ass here at my dad's, getting a lot done on that deck. It's funny because we had ordered the decking 3 days ago, and when we went and ordered it, the guy was like, "Oh, we'll have it during tomorrow." I was like, "Really? That's awesome." It's not here yet. That was 3 days ago. It's all right. I'm kind of glad because it's forcing me to do more prep work, because laminate isn't, not laminate. What the hell do you call it? The decking we're using, it's not wood. It's that like Trex. It's not forgiving, so everything's got to be perfect. So I had to shore up the deck, all the joists and stuff. Kans, I'm trying here. Here we go. Dude. You actually have to hit the reply. All right, Kans, I just sent that, dude. Right on. I actually got through that without screwing up. As you guys know, I'm going to do a raffle to get my ass to Florida, and I have to thank everybody for who's contributed so far and gotten involved. Thank you so much. You guys are more than generous. You guys are amazing. I have to. Sandy Clemons is here, and let me scroll down. She is the one who made. Oh shit! It's too full. Sandy made this mug. One side says WTF, I'm friends with the monster. And even got a little Bigfoot in the sunglasses. That's so cool. She has agreed to make a few more, maybe up to 5, to raffle off. So if anybody's interested in that, that'll be one of the options. I said tonight I'd have everything in order. Yeah, right. But I will give you a rundown of what's going on. I had a last minute gentleman contacted me, thanks to Squatch and Cowboy, Joe Pass, a friend of his named Michael Peyton is an artist. And what he does is he does paintings of Bigfoot, recreations of people's stories, eyewitness accounts. He'll do a picture of that. It's pretty interesting stuff. So he decided he's going to donate 2 paintings to be raffled off. He gave me a few to choose from, and rather than me choose, I texted him, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. But what I want to do is have you guys choose, be able to say, to see what's available, and then the winner will be able to pick. There'll be 2 winners, so each one of you can pick one of those paintings. I'm going to do a post. I have to do it tomorrow. I'm actually hoping it rains, even though I got so much work to do. I just need an excuse to take care of this. I'm going to do a post with the pictures. Also, and list everything that's going to be raffled off. So you guys can see and have an idea what's going on. Bigfoot Odyssey, Kerry, he donated a FLIR Pro 1. It attaches to your, it's for a smart iPhone or an iPad. Thank you, Carrie, for that. Tex from Trinity Para Cryptid. I can't get in touch with him right now. I'm just leaving him alone. He's on vacation. I don't want to bother him. He donated a trail cam, and also he's willing to give up some of his time as well. If anybody's interested, he's willing to put up, bring someone on a Bigfoot expedition down in Brown Springs for 2 days, a weekend. So that'll be one of the prizes. If you missed it, the other day, Tuesday, I just got to rehash this because I want to make this work because I got to get to Florida, and I have 9 days before I leave, thereabouts, hopefully. What else? I have shit written down. Carrie also donated $200, and thank you so much for that, Carrie. That's really generous. Duke Sullivan, World Bigfoot Radio. He's gonna offer up his time as well. 3 days for a Bigfoot outing. He'll be your guide and take you out. You have to get there on your own dime. Same thing with Tex. You have to get there, and he'll take you guys out. And Duke actually said, which is pretty impressive, that he has like an 85% success rate when taking people out and seeing a Sasquatch. That's pretty incredible to be able to even put a number on it. What else? I know I'm saying a lot, but Jason, Tex is going to see if Jason will donate one of his books, and we'll auction off that. And what else? Hey, Sandra Pink's video. Mike's Adventures. What's up, Mike? Myself, we're going to be doing those mugs. Somehow I'm going to throw bandanas in there. I have the printer lined up. I think I told you guys, and I'll get as soon as I get to Florida, I'll drop the bandanas off at the printers. Oh, geez, cans. All right, let's see. Minimize this or split screen it. Sorry, guys. It sucks because now I'm going to forget where I was. Okay, reply. Here's the link. Send. Sent it again, buddy. All right. Oh, there he is. Bring on Kans Squatch. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Mox. Thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, thanks for coming on. No, I felt bad. I saw you, you said you'd just taken a shower and are ready to go on the show.
Oh, it'd been a crazy long day anyway. So when Mark had hit me up, I was kind of joking. I texted him back. I was like, Larry, you want me to co-host with Larry? Just like, like joking. And he's like, yeah, I'm in a hotel room and this echo is really bad. And I was like, well, maybe it's, this, maybe it's that. And he's like, no, I've tried everything. So
that's the acoustics in your room.
No, I think it was Larry had his headphones maybe next to the speaker or something.
Okay.
And it was giving an echo back to Mark. I don't know.
B. Lynn, how are you, hon? Good to see you. Hi, Linda. So yeah, I was just going over some stuff that
I was listening. I was watching. When's the deadline on that? I know you were talking about that. Is it like coming up soon?
I'm leaving in probably about 9 days.
Okay.
So I have to get a rental truck and gas money. That's all I'm looking for, just to get there.
Gotcha. You got any levels on what's been bid so far? What's the biggest draw or anything like that?
It's nothing. A few on. What was it? The trail cam.
Oh yeah.
Or the FLIR. What else? The mugs, actually.
Oh yeah.
A lot of donations,
I'm gonna slide in there with that Duke Sullivan thing. I think I want to get up there. There was like 3 or 4 years ago when he was kind of like, he put it out when he went up to Coloma, I think that's the name of the place.
Coloma, yeah.
He was just like, hey, yeah, if you want to come up and check it out, just come up there. And I was like, damn, I want to go up to Montana, man. I want to check that out. He's got like that. He's got like
last time, and I couldn't do it.
The last time they went. Big sky country, and he's got Patty Canyon, and he talks about all everything that's goes on up there. I mean, that natural beauty up there is just amazing. That's some place.
Oh yeah, and some of the things they find up there, like the X's that are 60 feet tall, and there's some crazy stuff that
old mining towns too. That's pretty weird. Old ghost towns and stuff like that up there. That's up in the mountains. That's pretty wild.
All right, I have to. I hate doing this, split screening everything, and I have to go find my PayPal account. That's always fun to share the link.
Absolutely.
You just reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah.
I think that's posted underneath your each one of your videos, because I went there looking for your email, so I saw that there.
And I should have my email up there.
Not necessarily,
but I've been posting them afterwards, and I went to put it in the description, and I didn't have the link available. So, and then when I did get it, I was already broadcasting.
Sure, that happens.
So now I have to go back and Because right now I can't see crap.
Oh, I'm gonna have a drink of my mushroom immunity mix.
Oh, fun.
Shiitake mushrooms and some other mix of mushrooms. So I'll just pause here and wet my whistle.
So what is your what do you do? Do you research, or I don't, we've never met, so I was
Right,
thinking
right. It's
let's
great,
say
great,
hi.
great. Yeah, I like your show. Mark turned me on to it. I saw you on Carrie's show, and now it's kind of like a place to kind of hang out after kind of the after show. We can just kind of hang out and just chat and listen to people chat. So a lot of times I'm listening to your show and I'm just kind of dozing off a little bit, but it's pretty awesome.
Well,
But
thank
as
you very
far as
much.
like getting into Bigfoot and stuff like that, I think from a young age, a good friend of mine was into Bigfoot, and we grew up in the '70s and saw a lot of the early, um, Patty film,
In search
Mon-
of
right, monsters, monsters, mysteries, and something else. It was all kind of that age. The '70s was kind of kind of a weird new age type of you know paranormal time, kind of rebirth. A lot of people are kind of into it kind of in that time. So yeah, all those shows were coming on, but yeah, my friend was really into it. So we'd go to the matinees and see those shows with the recreations and all the uh
what year were you born?
67.
So was I. All right.
Yeah, yeah. So the deal. You know how it kind of
Absolutely.
became kind of a phenomenon, kind of with the Patty film, and then after that it became a little bit more mainstream for a little while, and then it kind of backed off a little bit. But I've been, in scouts, camping, been out in the woods hunting, from a early age, and I can just remember being some places where, you know, in eastern Kansas, there's lots of woods and stuff like that. Um, where I just get to a place and everything go dead quiet, and just there's the sixth sense to me that just say, okay, you've gone far enough. It'd be like you'd be out there hunting and you'd be all confident, walk around with your dog or whatever, and you just cruising, not a care at all, and then boom, you just hit an area where you're just like, you just stop. You don't know what's wrong, you don't know what's up, and you're just like, you look around and you're like, well, I'm kind of far from where I started, or whatever. I would just turn around. And I can remember a couple times smelling some weird odors. I don't know if it was Bigfoot or anything like that, but it was just kind of, what people describe, kind of that dead, mix of just a weird animal. But I've heard other people talk about it being more of like a kind of a horse type of odor or
Yeah.
kind of feeling around a bigger animal, like a draft horse or, something like that. But I've never experienced anything like that. So I'd been camping out up in the Boundary Waters in Minnesota, and there were a couple of weird things that happened up there, where just people make some strange comments about hearing a rabbit run through the woods, making lots of noise. Like, oh yeah, did you hear that snowshoe rabbit run through the woods? Thump thump
Knocking
thump
down
thump thump.
trees.
And I was kind of like, what? But you just always thought, if you're in the Midwest, that it was out west. You never really thought about any experiences, in the Midwest. So, it wasn't even on my mind as far as like being conscious of that, even if I'd run into it, unless I had seen something that stepped right out in front of me. So,
It was never in my paradigm when I was out fishing and hunting, and it wasn't until just 3 years ago that I found out that they were all over the place.
right,
I was clueless.
right.
I knew ghost existed, but I didn't know Bigfoot was out back.
Right, right. And then I hear, but I was pretty, as a kid, that kind of like stuck with me, and I was like, terrified, kind of, after I go to those movies and see some of that stuff with Bigfoot as an image. So I'd be like a little freaked out about going outside, just in a suburb or something like that. Just irrational fear or whatever. So I kind of got back into it. God, I don't know. I started listening to like Bigfoot Outlaws and Sasquatch Chronicles.
That's what
Like
got me hooked was
at work.
Sasquatch Chronicles.
Yeah, I just have to sit and I look at I'm on the computer like 9-10 hours a day, and sometimes it's I can just put in a podcast and listen. Other times I got to really pay attention to what I'm doing. But God, there was a while to where I would listen to every show like for months, and then you just start hearing some of the things that people experienced in the woods or came across, and then you start thinking about things you had seen in the woods, and like some stick structures or and stuff like that. I can remember walking, being out in the middle of the woods at a scout camp or something like that, or way far off out in the middle of nowhere, where you think, it's probably just somebody just building something weird here or whatever, and probably it was. But there were other times when you kind of walk by some stuff and you just kind of look at it and you're just like, you don't think any different. But when you hear, other people's experience and stuff like that, that's where some things kind of start to make a little sense of where you can remember the time you're just kind of like, what, something's not right here, something just like that.
Yeah, I don't recall, and I've said it before, I don't recall ever having that experience, that frightful, or I shouldn't be there.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I did. I don't recall.
Have you been out in the deep woods, out in the off grid type places, like way out deep?
I've been in some deep shit, dude. Rain Barrens in New Jersey.
New
Jersey.
Never gets real quiet. Never gets real quiet. You just kind of like look around and you're just like, okay, wait a minute. What's something's off? Something feels a little weird or anything like that?
No, I never had that. That's weird.
What about paranormal? What about paranormal? I mean, like, can you go in a house or someplace like that?
I've had experiences with spirits that I know when they happened, it was my mom. I know.
Oh yeah.
And then I was living in a house where people were killed in the house.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. And I knew them. And
didn't you tell this story somewhere?
Sort of. I don't get into details in it, but
right. But I heard you mention this one time before.
Yeah. And I was in the house, and I had two experiences. I was laying in bed, and they were up for the weekend, staying at the house, and they brought their dog, and the dog came in the room, and I was like, it woke me up, and I yelled at the dog, like, knock it off. And as soon as I said that, this blue orb came out of the bathroom. It was like electric blue. Right. It came out of the bathroom and went in front of the bed and then just faded out. And sure. I was like, huh. And I rolled over and went back to bed.
Sure. What else can you do?
Well, because I already knew that ghosts existed. And then another time downstairs, I was sitting in the den, and the living room was off to my right. And something got my attention, and I got up and I walked over to the archway, the doorway, and I was standing there, and all of a sudden I just got this fear, like primal fear that I've never felt before in my life. No, I'm saying it's never happened in the woods.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, in this house, I got so scared that it pissed me off. And I started yelling at it. Whatever was there, I was just like, come on, all tough guy. But yeah, that primal fear, I felt that once.
Wow.
In that house.
Interesting.
With the paranormal.
Wow.
But yeah, all the time I've spent in the woods, I've, in tree stands and snowstorms, and, I spent so much time in the woods. Never saw anything.
And that's what a lot of people say. That's what probably 99% of people say. Anyway, even
so people. It wasn't in my paradigm. And when I heard all these stories, I was like, I didn't like, yeah, it's bullshit. No, I was like, oh wow, because listening to so many stories, there's so many similarities in them that there's characteristics and mannerisms, and you learn so much if you pay attention.
Right, and that's kind of what. If people are talking about moving the I guess the research into this, whatever that means. I mean, I think most of us don't really are trying to prove it to somebody else. I mean, most of us that think about it and believe in this
We're
experience,
selfish and want to see it for ourselves.
right. But if you look back at kind of how, I guess, Diane Fossey did the observations with what
Hold that thought for 1 second. I forgot.
Yeah.
I wanted to announce this earlier. Stevie B, congratulations. I forgot your daughter got married today. That's amazing.
Oh,
Congratulations. I hope you had a wonderful time and everything was awesome. Right on. I'm hold that thought again because I'm just gonna throw some shout outs. Paul Holland, what's up? Miss Real Dill, how are you? Barry Browning, what's going on? Andrew Finnerty, what's happening? Good to see you. Who else did I see? I say hi to Hilton. I think Carol and Bill King were here.
Nice. He always got some good live streams. I like their live streams from the cabin.
Robert Van Doven, welcome. Who else? I think I said hi to Bell. If not, hi Bell.
Should get my other phone so I can watch you on YouTube.
You know what? I'm watching just on StreamYard because
can I see the chat on this?
Should say settings. It'll say comments.
Comments. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Ta-da.
Gotcha.
Chris, what's happening?
Very nice.
Hang on to that shirt, Chris. We might get to that. Chris wants to donate a shirt from Bigfoot Odyssey. They sent him the wrong size. They sent him a small one. He said he'll text me a picture of the shirt. Oh, it's a medium blue. Right on. Thanks, Chris. There you go. I'll get the Florida yet. Who else? Scotty B, what's happening? Loads the Hulk. I think the Hulk was bigger than 6'3". Kentucky Goblin, welcome. Good to see you. Excuse me.
I saw that name on another show, another chat somewhere. Bless you.
Yeah, I mute. Like that's rude. Who did I just see? Emma Johnson. How's it going? And Sandra Piper. Right on. So you were saying, I think you were on Diane Fossey.
Oh yeah, right.
That was the thought I told you to hold.
Thanks for reminding me. Good catch. You're a great host. Observation, just kind of by observation. So, I mean, in these experiences, it's about observation, what people observe. So, people should kind of start categorizing, kind of their observations and what this behavior is each time they see him. And at least that'd be a way to kind of at least categorize kind of maybe basically about some of the behavior. And that might be kind of a place to start. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a science guy, I'm not. So,
all right.
I don't do much math.
I just tried to put the link again in chat, and it said having trouble connecting. Please check your internet connection. But why would this work and not chat? That's weird. Let's try that again.
I don't know. I know that when I had the show on YouTube, until I closed it out and refreshed and came back, I had to reset my chat. I know that happened in just YouTube, but not here. That'd be weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not pushing any buttons though.
Yeah, I saw it the other night. you pushed one and it just like was it Mark
Cashy, thank you
disappeared?
very much.
So fishing. So you're into fishing, man. What
I
got you
love
started? What started got you started fishing?
my dad.
Oh yeah. Where would
Yeah,
you
when
guys
I was
go?
young. Excuse me.
Where would you guys go? What kind of fishing when you were
Well,
younger?
I grew up on the Jersey Shore,
Oh
so I did a lot of saltwater fishing and crabbing, from fluke and flounder to bluefish to, geez, it's been so long since I
Jersey
saltwater fished.
Jersey
Um,
Shore in
yeah,
the in the 70s.
yeah, man.
So what was it like then? I mean, that was kind of little different before it got super kind of popular, but it was pretty popular and packed back then.
Oh yeah, the shore.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it was my parents, and my grandparents had vacationed down to Jersey Shore for like ever.
yeah.
So they had been doing
What
it
your
long before I
grandparents?
was.
Let's back up. Where are your grandparents from? What's their story?
I didn't really know my father's parents.
Yeah,
I never met my grandmother. She had passed, before I was born. His father I'd met like once.
yeah. Where were
Um,
they? Were they immigrate? Were they from Europe?
no, no, they were from
Yeah.
here. My grandparents were from here. Yeah. Um, my mom's parents, they were from here, and it was funny. I was just talking to a cousin recently about he had done a genealogy
Oh
thing
yeah.
because I growing up, like my grandfather on my mother's side never spoke about, like, I didn't know anything past my grandparents. Like their parents knew. I don't remember hearing a single story.
Wow.
Um, they were Irish, and uh, my last name is Van Zylen,
Right.
and it's more Dutch,
Right.
um,
Yeah.
and there's some German and Irish in there, and English, I think. Um, but yeah, I don't know too much about my mother's side, and I never met I met my grandfather once on my dad's side.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But my dad's dad and his dad, they were all cops.
Oh yeah. Right. Right. So
Yeah,
okay. So that's the connection, kind of the vacation spot down the Jersey Shore.
yeah.
Oh, so was it like a lot of cops that were down there in the same kind of area when you go down there on vacation there? So it was like all the families of cops down there.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
My mom had moved down there. My parents had split up, and she moved down there, and my dad was a cop up in northern New Jersey.
Gotcha.
Um, so I was raised with my mom. Um,
Cool.
but from her going down the shore all the time when she was a kid and growing up doing it, when they were from northern New Jersey, um, that's where she wanted to settle, and that's where she brought the kids, and it was a great
So
place to live. Amazing. Point Pleasant, New Jersey was an amazing place to live, to grow up.
so you got out to go fishing pretty good, and that's what started it as far as getting the excitement and kind of the interest in fishing.
Yeah, and then it's I compare it to surfing in the sense of there are soul surfers. I'm a
Yeah.
soul fisherman. It's just it's it's nirvana for me.
So do you like? So have you tried? Have you tried fly fishing at all?
No, actually, I did once. I tried on the Colorado River, and yeah, I wasn't thrilled with it. I know if I really got into it, I'd get into it.
Right.
But right now, it's
Well,
just I just spinning reel. I don't no bait casters or just spinning reel.
well, it's kind of when you're talking about the connection with surfing, and then kind of like the soul fisherman. I mean, there's a lot of people that get into like the esoteric, parts of fly fishing about how, the
No,
line and the fish and all that and together and the,
no,
the oneness and
it's a
okay.
line, it's a
I was
fish. There's
just
no in
okay.
between, and somehow they connect.
Gotcha. Well, no, and moving down to Florida, man. Moving down to Florida is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've watched a lot of videos on fishing in the area that I'm going, and fishing is fishing. It's all the same. It's just different fish, different bait, different lines, but it all boils down to the same thing. It's fishing.
Yeah.
Down there, it's cool because you can target, just like in freshwater, you can target certain species. You're a bass fisherman or trout fisherman or whatever, but there are so many species like snook. I saw that picture.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But saltwater fish don't mess around. They just don't mess around.
No.
You can catch them in different seasons, different ones.
And there's some interesting fish down there that are invasive. They were aquarium fish, like the African clown knife.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're shaped like a knife. Their fin is on the bottom. They can swim backwards, but they were originally an aquarium fish. Like that's why they were there. And when Andrew came through, people dumped out their aquariums, or they got flooded, and the fish ended up in the water and survived. There's snake heads. That was an aquarium fish.
Right.
And they introduced the peacock bass to control the snakehead population.
So, peacock bass get pretty big. You can catch them about anywhere, can't you?
People are kind of secretive about their peacock bass location.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I've never done it. I plan to. I'm actually I somehow joined a group of Southern Florida peacock bass group.
Very nice.
I'll have to check that out on Facebook. Just want to see if I'm missing anybody over here. I'm not getting I don't want to be rude. Soda Beats, what's up, Mark? Hey man, good show. I didn't see it, the whole thing, obviously. I did listen to it in the background. Your guest had some I definitely going to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to that.
Because I want to hear his stories. I'm sorry I missed it. Sooner Squatch, what's happening? Great to see you. Andrew Finnerty says, in Florida, everyone eventually is from New Jersey. That's too funny.
Well, what type of then fishing have you?
Radio and a pole. That's all you need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what type of fishing then have you done in other places you've lived, like bass fishing, crappie fishing, cat fishing?
Yeah, man. Jersey, I did a lot of cat fishing, bass fishing, crappies, sunfish, trout. Yeah. Then I lived in Wisconsin, right on the St. Croix River.
Oh, walleye,
dude! I'd caught the first walleye I ever caught was here in Arizona. And I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought it was a bass until I went to lip it, and I was like, "Oh, it's got teeth."
Oh yeah, right.
I was like, "Don't do that."
Yep.
So yeah, walleye fishing up there was amazing. The northern pike,
right?
Phenomenal. Big catfish.
Did you ever catch a muskie?
No.
Yeah.
I've seen them swim by the boat, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" Because they're huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They have sheep head up there, which it's a freshwater drum.
Right. Sure.
What else? The walleye, and then there's the sauger, which looks like a walleye. It's a cousin of the walleye.
Right. And they have some of those weird fish that kind of hang out in between the lakes, either sucker carp or something like that.
I'm sure there were carp in there. We catch white bass.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Smallmouth.
Lots of crappies. More smallmouth. I think while I was there, I caught 2 largemouth. Everything else was small.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pound for pound, the smallmouth bass is the best fighting freshwater fish there is.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. I've caught some over in Missouri, down on the Current River, I think, or Jack's Fork, one of those two. Yeah.
Sandra wants to know, did you ever go ice fishing? I did. In New Jersey. A few times, bunch of times. I had the tip ups and the little jigging poles and whatnot. And then when I was in Wisconsin, I was like, nah, no thanks. It's too cold. I didn't have a shed, shelter,
right.
Nothing. I'm like,
Yeah, that's a whole social experience in itself, some places.
Romeo, good to see you. Welcome. Romeo Lacosta is all the way from the Philippines.
Yes.
Richie
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah, you need to get him on.
I had mentioned it.
Need some international.
What's up?
You got people from all over. You got people from Australia, right?
New Zealand.
Right.
Australia. Who else? England. I've had people from South Africa. I mean, all over. It's pretty cool. Yeah. That's the amazing part, is being able to touch people all over the world,
Right. All right.
And all I can come up with, how's the weather over there?
What time is it? What time is it over there?
What time is it over there? Yeah.
you up listening to me? What? So camping and getting out and hiking, where have you been? Where are some of the more remote places you've been? You been to Alaska?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
If you go online and you look up Horseshoe Bend,
sure,
on the Colorado River,
okay,
and you always see that picture of it looks like a horseshoe, and everybody takes the picture from the top above, looking down at the river. Well, right on the bend, if you look down at the river, right across the river on that shoreline, I camped there. Me and my dad loaded up his boat and we went up the Colorado River. And yeah. I mean, we loaded everything, firewood, everything. Yeah. When we were traveling, there was probably that much distance between the water and the boat.
Like a John boat. What kind of boat would you be going up the Colorado River in?
Oh, it was a 14-foot. I think it was a Lumacraft.
Okay, gotcha. 25
horse.
I was thinking like canoes. I was thinking like canoes. I was like, what? What are you taking firewood in a canoe? Okay, gotcha.
No. So it was a 9-mile hike up the river. So and it was just gorgeous. So it's weird when you're down there and you're looking up and you just see little ants sitting on the rim. And they're all taking pictures, and I'm in a few pictures somewhere. And people don't know it.
What was the night sky like out there camping underneath that?
It was cool. You could only. It was weird because you have the wall of the
canyon or whatever.
Yeah. It was gorgeous. I mean, the skies where I'm at now in Cottonwood are just amazing because there's not a lot of light pollution, so you see everything.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna check chat real quick. Patrick Noble, what's going on? Bud the Red, that's who I saw earlier and didn't say hi to. Bud the Red. You have to say it twice. Oh wait, it's spelled twice though. Dark Hour Paranormal. What's happening, man? Sorry I didn't get to your show earlier. I saw you live, and I've just been busting my ass, dude. Ash Dobbs, good to see you. Who? I'm gonna see if this works yet. I'm curious why. Did it work? Nope. That is so bizarre. That the chat won't work. What if I just say hi? It's not going to work. Oh well.
Are you using a phone or using a computer?
Laptop.
Get
Didn't even show up. That is weird.
Get Mark on here. He'll help you out with the yard dog, stream yard dog, whatever.
Yard dog. Call it that. He couldn't remember StreamYard, so it went yard dog. Central Florida Bigfoot, what's happening?
I think he knows what it is.
I don't know, yard dog sounds better.
Till they start sponsoring Sawdust Beasts. Heck yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
There's a method to his madness. And again, nope, it won't do it. That's weird. We can do the show, but it won't do chat for me. That's bizarre.
It's not the only thing I do. I can bring chat up on my phone.
Yes, you can't. I don't know why they do that. As a guest, you can't interact with chat.
Right. I can chat back and forth with you.
Yeah, that's a private chat or something.
Right.
Big Rob, what's happening? Yeah, I don't know why they do it like that.
Yeah, and they should design it. I think somebody else I saw in a chat sometimes say something like you should be able to share like pictures in chat between people, or post a little picture and then be able to blow it up from you as an administrator or the host. I got lots of ideas. I don't know if I should say them out loud because, the GOO company is listening. So,
yeah,
I don't want them to steal my ideas. They'll probably never, follow up on, but we're great anyway in my mind.
No, and I know what you're saying.
I mean, because there's so much more interconnection that could happen within the chat too, I could think. But I don't build platforms, so I don't know.
Well, but I mean, I'm not. You do something like MeWe, and you can do that in there.
Oh yeah.
You can share.
Oh, that's
pictures.
right. That's right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
I don't support it. I'm not advertising for them, so.
But it does work.
Oh wait. Was with us at LBO when Shelly. Oh, you were there, dude. Right on.
Absolutely. Yeah. I showed up and parked right next to Patrick. I camped right next to him, and he was sitting in the back end of his truck. And I think I kind of walked by him or was talking to him or something. He's like, there was kind of a pause in the conversation. He looked at me. He's like, "Well, you seen the track?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, there's some tracks over there." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll go check them out."
So how was that?
It was. I mean, they were perfect. I mean, I've got a picture of one, and Mark's got them, and Shelly. I think Shelly's got the best ones.
Was it a straight trackway?
Well, there were parts of it, and I can't. You'd have to have Mark to actually know everything that was there, because when I walked up there, I just saw a couple, and they were the bigger ones that were in a, the tightrope type of stepping, and that's the way some of them were cast. But I think also there might have been a stance where it was more side to side, where one of the smaller prints was like standing next to the bigger prints also. And it was in a cove that kind of, and I didn't quite understand this either, since it is the river, and they do it locks, and they mess with the levels to where certain parts of that cove can be at some time underwater and then kind of flow back to where it's not underwater. Winter pool or something like that. I think that's what they call it. So it was October and it was down. So, and it had been raining a lot, because I got there the day before and I had stayed in a little cabin up, I don't know, a few miles away before I came camp the next night. And it was just rain. It rained for 2 or 3 days, and it was a perfect condition to where there were layers of that. You know how it is when you go fishing and you go to a pond that kind of maybe had or a lake that kind of is down a little bit, and then you can walk down from the bank and kind of walk out to the water. That was kind of what it was like, in the sense of you had different layers of soil there too, then out to the mud. So where the bigger prints were, it was like packed. It was like packed sand, rocks, stuff that kind of it floated up, floated back, floated back to where it had deposits more at the higher part of that, as a sandy and kind of rocky point where the bigger prints were. And then where the smaller prints were, they'd like stepped out in the mud, and it really, into the gooey stuff, to where, if you're, inexperienced, as an older person, you're not going to go out and step in that mud. But when you were a kid, you'd be like walking out there and going, and you'd like look down, and then you look down at your feet, and you'd be like, oh crap, I'm like, 6 inches down in this mud. So that's kind of the impression I got, and that's me just speculating, is that they'd both come down there, or whatever had come down, they left the prints. There were mussels that were broken up down there, freshwater mussels. And it looked like where the bigger prints were kind of stood back off, while the little prints that were all spread out around there had kind of run around a little bit.
Sure.
But Larry did a live stream of that on Facebook, whatever that is, the live, going live or whatever. So if you go back and watch that, I mean, that's right when we're casting it, I think. And that's really when he came down. I don't know if that was the first time he came down and looked or whatever. He was kind of reluctant to go down and check it out. And
I remember seeing some video on it. That was cool.
Yeah. Because, it was going to be a good time no matter what. I mean, I'd met Mark out in Navajo Nation, out at a place there where we went to a conference.
Right on.
And
is that New Mexico?
Right. Out upper Fruitland, New Mexico, I think, at Brenda Harris's place. Okay. And Bear was out there from Outlaws. He was there, but Dan Ricky was there.
Oh, very good.
And some one more person, and I can't remember his name. He's from, I think, Amarillo, Texas, right now, and he'd been from Oklahoma, and he knew these guys. I can't forget his name. Mark will know. But those guys were the nicest, most gracious people. Brenda was great. Everybody out there was just great. And I went out there for my 50th birthday. I went out there by myself. I flew out to Durango, I think, and then drove down there. Great time. I got to sit with Dan Ricky and have him tell me all of those Oklahoma stories that you hear about, these Oklahoma Bigfoot stories, sure, about on these different reservations experiences all over. And that's what kind of got me back into listening again, was those stories about being so close to Kansas, being down in Oklahoma, but getting to sit and talk with them was awesome. So that's why I ended up making this meet and greet for Beast. Once they were going to LBL, it's like LBL. I'm like, oh man, I've heard all the stories. Dog sure, Man, the man dog, as Mark calls it. And I was like, I got to be there. And then the COVID thing kind of rolled through, so they had to postpone it. And then they got it set again, right? And it was going to be on Halloween, going to be a full moon.
Oh yeah, I do.
So man, it was just epic. Really was. And then to have the experience like that, roll in and have some prints there,
I forgot
think that's
it was on Halloween.
Right. So I think that's the kind of why Mark and Larry were kind of like, oh, this doesn't happen. We don't put together a meet and greet and find prints right over here, less than a quarter mile away. But
you couldn't ask for anything better, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. So when he looked at those prints, then you kind of started thinking what, then you kind of start thinking about an impact, what was standing here, what made this, and then you kind of look around, and it's Tennessee. I mean, it's like you go up away is a ridge right there, and it's deep. I went kind of back up there a little just to look around, and I kind of got a little. I'm like, hey, nobody was coming with me, and I'm like, kind of going up a little further, up a little further, and I got away from people, and I was like, I'm not going to go much further. But it's really thick back there, big ridge, and we climbed up over that, went over to the other cove on the other side, and that was. We thought, well, heck, if there were prints in this cove, there must be over there. And there was nothing, nothing at all. But yeah, it was a great time. That's why anytime, anywhere you go,
what they did find there was just incredible. I mean,
that's it
was like the mother lode. I mean,
and people have found stuff like that, similar, not a lot, but when they do, it's like in that kind of area where it's like muddy and it's like a bunch of tracks, together, kind of like that. And that was, it was, I mean, I, if you take a look at some of those pictures, you can kind of, I mean, it's, if somebody was hoaxing it, faking it, that might have been the best ever. It was. I mean, you take a look at the close-ups of those, and it's very, very, very interesting. Not nothing conclusive because nobody saw anything, but it's very, very interesting.
Nobody faked it.
I wouldn't think anybody'd be out there after 3 days of rain in the cold, walking out there barefoot.
Don't know, but yeah,
right. And what's really interesting about the smaller prints is it kind of looks like the foot just kind of goes, my hand here correctly, just kind of goes straight down, because it's just a flat, and then it kind of brings up, it's not, a human, how humans kind of their prints kind of weird, and it's not a flat print, it's like a kind of arch. Right. And so that one was weird too. It looked like, that looks like, man, that's weird. Just weird. Just doesn't look, something a human would make, a barefoot human anyway. So yeah, that's why I encourage anybody that ever gets a chance to go out anywhere with anybody that, has a group together, if you get the good vibe about people that are around there that are into it, go out. It's just a great time because you're going to meet some great people, and who knows what you're going to run into. No matter what, you got a great time and have get a chance to see some beautiful natural wonders. Beauty.
Yeah, and where like Tex is willing to take somebody, Brown Springs is
right.
Is very kind of famous spot. Was it there? No.
Oh yeah, that's Brown Springs is that's got a lot of lore.
Tex's first experience when he was a kid was a dog man.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was his first experience with anything, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's like Duke with the Gugway when he was sledding.
Yeah,
that's always an interesting story.
But yeah, to have the opportunity to go hang out with one of those or both of them,
right, exactly.
And it's just a matter of getting there. I understand that, but to go out and experience with the closest thing you're going to get as far as Duke goes, a professional.
Sure.
He knows his shit.
Yep, absolutely.
I know there's a lot of other people out there that are well educated on these things, but they're not on YouTube talking about it.
Right. And there's a lot of people that have the experience and don't want anything more to do with it. Yeah.
Oh, I guess Rex is leaving. Have a good night. Thanks for coming, bud. So yeah, guys. What time is it? We've been doing this an hour already?
Yeah, we've been doing it an hour. It's flew by. Yeah, I've been taking up all the time. I just been.
Oh, dude, you're fine, man. But I do want to remind everybody and let them know that there is a raffle going on. In this weekend, since people have added stuff, this weekend I'm going to make a list and pictures and do a post so you guys can see what's going on. I did a rundown quickly. Bigfoot Odyssey was gracious enough to throw in a FLIR one. Was it FLIR? FLIR one?
Is that the box?
FLIR. No, it's a small little.
It goes over the phone, right?
It goes on. It plugs into the phone or an iPad. Nice. Duke is doing the 3-day expedition. Anybody who wins that, you get up to Montana, he'll take you out. Tex Trail Cam weekend in Brown Springs. Again, they're just providing their service. They're not providing. There's no travel involved. You guys are responsible for that. I forgot to even mention this before. Plus the mugs. Sandy's making up a bunch of these mugs, and I'm going to have bandanas made up. It's $10 a chance, and once I get everything posted this weekend, but you guys know what's out there. And Michael Peyton is also he's an artist, and he's putting up 2 paintings to raffle off. He sent me about 13 paintings to choose from to pick 2, and I'm like, I don't want to pick them. I'd rather have, they're interesting. They're interesting paintings. They're good. They're cool. I want to post them all, and just so people can see what they're looking at. Right. And, when a winner's chosen, let them decide, which one they want, and we'll get it shipped out to them. What else?
Did Mark had something on there? Didn't he, on the show the other night? Did he say something about his?
That's the other thing. I knew I had another piece of paper here. Sawdust Beasts.
I watched too many shows, man. I saw that.
No, I knew there was something, but it's not on this paper, and I don't know why. I wrote everything down. Sawdust Beast, Mark. Thank you. You've been so gracious with this.
You got to check out his junk.
2 items, any 2 items, or 1 item, 2 prizes, 1 per person, anything out of their store, their Teespring store, which is awesome. What else? Oh, the t-shirt. I had won a t-shirt from Trinity Para Cryptid, Texas show.
All right.
And I was going to pick it up on my way to Florida. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm going to throw that in there. So it's a 2X black. No, it's brand new. No one's worn it. I haven't gotten it yet. So I'm just going to throw that in there. And it's from Texas show, Trinity Para Cryptid. They're pretty cool t-shirts. I'm going to try to get a picture of one. And when I do the post, I'll post everything. I want to get pictures of the FLIR, and I don't know what kind of trail cam Tex has. I know it's new, but I don't know the details on it because he's in Florida. He's on vacation in Texas, and I mean I know where he is, but I'm not telling you. Big mystery. Where's Tex? I know, but yeah. So I'll find out the details on that, but you can enter as many times as you want. And when you go to PayPal, you can leave comments, and that's where I want, you should leave the comment on what you're going to.
Okay. I saw that. Yeah.
For instance, if you put, just not saying anybody should do this, if you put $100 in there, it's either 10 all and going to one place, or 2 here, 2 there, 2 there. If you want 2 for the camera, or 2 for this, 2 for that, however you want to do it, just let me know so I can write it all down and keep track of who wants what, and who's in for what. You guys have been amazing. I'm floored at people's generosity, and I can't thank everybody enough. It's just, I've been so busy trying to get this deck done and finish up here.
Yeah, I heard you talking about the wood screws.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I've done that with the deck. Yeah, you got to like
They're my
dig them
nemesis,
out.
dude.
Yeah.
Ugh. It got to the point where I'm prying the boards off. I don't give a shit.
Oh.
It's
Well,
screwing.
that might
No,
be
no, no, no.
easier.
There's
That's
like
probably easier. Yeah.
one screw stuck that I can't get out. So the boards are getting pried up.
Yeah.
And but I'm not, I'm sistering up the joists.
Right.
So, because it's a, I still can't remember the name, the Trex decking. It's not Trex though. That type.
Right.
It kind of floats. It doesn't get screwed. You could screw it to the deck, but there's these clips that come with it. So only
I think I've seen that.
The clips get screwed to the deck, not the decking.
Right.
So
Right.
this way you don't have all those screw holes and unsightly crap. But the deck has to be shored up, either blocking or sister joists. Otherwise, it can
kind of uneven. Yeah.
Yeah, it can move. So it'll screw up the deck. So I'm just taking all the precautions and doing it right. So I'm kind of glad that the decking didn't get delivered yet, because I would have jumped the gun and skipped some things, and I don't want to do that. I want to do it right.
Absolutely.
I take pride in my work, and when I'm done, I'll take pictures. It's going to look awesome.
Yeah, and you're doing it for your dad, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just looking through chat real quick. Sorry if I missed anybody. Anybody has questions, please ask them. Put them in caps so we can see them. Remiel, thanks. Have a good night. I know you said you're listening, and it's probably daytime there too. I have no idea what the time difference is in the Philippines, but you'll be listening. Right on. So the goal, like I said, I got to get a rental truck and gas, and that's all I'm looking forward to get there. I know a rental truck is at least $1,500 through budget. I think it was budget, or one of them. Oh, I didn't do it. Scott, if that was an accident, please feel free, come back. Mogollon Monster. Oh shit, where'd it go? Serious question. Do you think Bigfoot would lose a sock in the dryer? No, Bigfoot doesn't wear socks. Tricky. I didn't do it.
I know, I did. I hit the wrong button. I touched that one button.
Welcome to my world.
I was only trying to look at chat. Yeah, I saw that question about losing the sock in the dryer. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm just glancing through here. Duke, what's happening, man? Good to see you. So yeah, Duke Sullivan's in the house, and Duke offered up 3 days Bigfoot expedition in Montana. So if you're interested in that, enter the win. My mods will actually, I think I might be able to do it now. It let me post a minute ago, so let's see if that works. This is a screwy system.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know why it.
Maybe it's because I jumped off. Maybe that was it.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Duke's offering up 3 days of his time and effort for a Bigfoot expedition. Thank you so much, Duke. Bud the Red. I couldn't see what it said. He left out a U. I was like, what the hell did you say? Butthead? What? Oh no. Did I see Overbuilt here? Oh, there he is. What's up, Overbuilt? Huh. Mogs, teenager Bigfoots wear socks on its what? Feet?
Big feet.
Big feet. Big socks. What else? Yeah, and I apologize if I'm so unorganized with this whole raffle thing. It's new to me, and I'm, guys, I really don't. I'm not thrilled about asking for help, but I don't have a choice. So, and thank you so much, guys.
Well, I saw when you go to PayPal, you hit on just the button right there that's got it's like at Mongolian Monster anyway, so then it takes you right through, right?
Mogollon, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know why it's not on. Oh wait, maybe it's on this one because I know I wrote down what Mark and everything. Oh, here it is.
Don't worry about it. Mark's asleep.
Oh, what? It's past 8:00, right? No,
they're getting ready to. They're getting ready to head out tomorrow.
Oh, he's in North Carolina.
All right.
Right on.
He's got to get
cool.
He's got to get his beauty rest.
Well, he needs sleep anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Love you, Mark. Just kidding.
No, it's kind of tough too, because when you're out there, it's like you're going to get out at night, so you're going to be out sometimes. I mean, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, driving around,
at least
being out in the woods. Yeah. Yep.
See, he's still here.
He's just lurking. He's just lurking in the chat.
What do we have? 61 and watching. That's awesome. So yeah, that was really cool. I don't think Squatch and Cowboy was here tonight. I haven't seen him.
Well, heck, man, Moggs, I appreciate you.
You know what? I found out that Kerry, when he did his little number on the piano and sang, he got a copyright strike for that. So I don't know how to go and sing on to figure. I got to figure out a way to
do I think you can do a parody song, can't you? If you sing this, I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
No, I don't know. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not sure now. Like, he's still on the air. I mean, what's one strike?
Yeah,
is it worth it?
Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, I'd take one for the team.
I know. I watched this guy that talks kind of about like space weather, like solar flares and health and science of the sun. And I mean, he has like barely 1,000 subscribers, and like YouTube was like all over him about his content, about what he was talking about.
What's happening last? Good to see you. How about a Mogs original? Mogs,
yeah, see, yeah. Christy Sci-Fi. Christy Sci-Fi was writing it the other night. She had it down.
Oh,
she had the lyrics down for you. It could be like kind of a country tune, or kind of maybe like a old school rap, maybe.
Actually, there is a song I want to write. Something that happened to me, and it's called "Walking In with Willie."
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that the bandana connection? Are we finding something out about the bandana now?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay.
I was working a couple doors down from the Bergen County Performing Arts Center.
Oh yeah,
in Jersey, and Willie Nelson was performing that night. I didn't have a ticket, so before the show, I went and hung out back near, not far from his bus. It was backstage, behind the building.
Sure.
And he came off with somebody, and I walked right up to him. I put out my hand. I said, "Mr. Nelson, have a great show." We shook hands. I said, "Unfortunately, you're sold out." I couldn't get in. He's like, "What?" Willie Nelson threw his arm around me and walked me backstage.
Nice.
Yeah, and said, hang out here. So as soon as you walk in backstage, there's people lined up, and everybody's like, who the hell is that?
Walking in with Willie Nelson.
Yeah, so I got to watch the whole show from backstage.
Oh, wow.
Just hung out, and
wow.
Then afterwards, after the show, he goes on the bus for a minute, and then comes out and he signs every autograph until the last person's gone. Man,
wow,
hell of a guy.
When was that? What year was that?
Oh, jeez. Good question. 2001.
Oh yeah,
down there. Yeah, early 2000s.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so that's why the song would be called "Walking In with Willie."
Very good. Well, there we go. There we go. C-3PO, man. He's gonna get it out of you.
Lockbeard's trying to figure out what to do with the body.
Like he has one he needs to get rid of.
He's killed anything.
What?
He's posing a hypothetical question. Suppose you find a large Sasquatch body.
Dang, man, I didn't know
about getting rid of the evidence or getting the evidence to the public without Big Brother confiscating it.
I was gonna say, as an attorney, I was gonna say if he had a body, I've got like an ethical obligation to
report. No, of course.
Hypothetically, just hypothetically. That's good. That's good to know.
Key word in that whole thing was suppose.
Put that back up. What was that? What'd that say again? I didn't read it.
Suppose you find a large Sasquatch body. How would you go about getting this evidence to the public without Big Brother?
That's a good question. That's a great question because I'm kind of the of the mindset that there's that if our government doesn't know about anything about something that big running around the woods, then we're in more trouble than I think we're in.
We're in trouble with this government, but
I mean, just in general, whatever this thing is that's running the show. Anyway, but back to Lockbeard's hypothetical. Yeah, that'd be the deal. I think there's probably people out there. I mean, I've heard weird. Wasn't there a Sasquatch Chronicle story that somebody talked about where this dude had a story about he was like delivering some refrigerated truck somewhere to this estate, real, rich estate, and they got back in the truck and they had a supposedly live Bigfoot drugged and under sleep or something
in the crate. And that was in New Jersey, actually.
Okay, good. See,
I know it went through. I think it was in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure it was in New Jersey.
But I remember hearing something like that. So I'm sure that there's even people probably that live in rural areas who don't talk about this, who keep it to themselves, probably have found things that they know about that they're not turning over. They don't, you don't want that attention. I don't think people want that attention from the powers that be or whoever comes and shows up and knocks on your door. So I don't know how you do it. I don't know. It's a good question.
Mark Godman, good night. Thanks for showing up.
Tell Lockbeard to ask Shelly. He's always talking to Shelly in chat. So maybe they'll figure it out. I don't know. It's not the first time he's asked that question. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why haven't they come up with an answer yet? Then why is he still asking the question?
Well, no. Apparently, he didn't get his answer he liked. So I'll keep putting it out there.
Well, I don't know. I'll think about that. Everybody says they take it to the news, they drive it down to Walmart or out in a big public place or something. I don't know. People probably wouldn't believe you. Even if you did that, even if you dropped a dead Bigfoot right in the middle of the freaking,
it's fake
Times Square. People be like, I don't believe it. That's fake. Yeah, what? That blood, that's fake blood. That's ketchup. You know.
Just another
walk
homeless
away.
person you got to step over.
Right, exactly. It's a guy in a suit. Listen, I saw that guy. In Times Square. He's begging for money.
I've seen it in New York.
Right. That dude that guy was ex NBA player. He's just gone. He's kind of got a little feral, you know.
No, and Lockbeard's right here. He says, people say different things. I think it's a good idea for people to have some kind of plan.
That's true. And I think what I've heard mostly around the shows that I've listened to is to contact somebody. There you go. There it is, man. He's got his new gig.
Yeah, man.
New gig.
See Lockbeard, Mr. Lee 3PS got your business lined up, man.
Just like in Pulp Fiction, you know, where what's his name? Harvey Keitel shows up as the cleaner. Lockbeard will show up and make the Bigfoot presentation or make it disappear. I don't know. I think you'd contact somebody that was in the know as far as maybe on one of these bigger podcasts, and if there was a way maybe to publicly release it all at once.
Oh, a mass release.
You know, kind of like hitting all the big outlets at once, at least with the announcement, and kind of having some. I mean, because if you have, you could do live stream, you could do. Facebook Live. You know, you don't have to.
Go live.
What's that?
Somehow, I'd go live somehow.
Right.
Facebook or whatever.
But you got to know that these phones are just tracking devices.
Yeah.
So.
No kidding.
Spy devices. You know, we're carrying them around. We're consenting to this
everywhere we go.
Yeah.
It's never out of reach. It's right here.
Yeah. So right. So maybe I don't know. Just video it, uplink it some other way, maybe to be a remote, so you wouldn't be necessarily on your phone, and you could also have a copy of everything that you'd done, maybe, as well as somebody that was willing to step forward. I think that in a
think about it. If you stumble across a body in the forest, you're going to take pictures. You're going to take video. But
yeah, you'd have to. Load it out. What would you do? Would you have to drive something up there? Well, that big would that be? How remote and how far away are you? Or how close to town and places are you also? Because you have to get something huge to help you get it into a bed of a truck.
Duke says that's why I don't carry my cell phone with me.
Duke knows what's up. Listen to his conspiracy shows. He's got great shows. I forget about that. He's got them on BitChute, I think, and Library. He's all over different platforms.
Right on. You know what? I haven't really thought about doing other platforms. It's I don't know why I wouldn't.
Well, this is easy until you get to areas that the algorithm doesn't like. So, other platforms allow you that freedom expression. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in the argument about, these big tech companies, the private companies, they can discriminate against you. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, because there were times in this country where certain, people prohibited from being in certain places based upon, the color of their skin.
Oh yeah.
But those are private companies. You don't allow that in the same way. You shouldn't squash anybody's freedom of speech either. That's just my personal opinion. You really get to learn who you can't criticize by the reaction of who you criticize typically.
Duke says Odyssey is beta testing live stream right now.
Oh, did I get an alert? Check my
I
phone.
don't know. Let's find out. Shall we? Oh, wait.
Yeah, I
Somebody
think
using it.
so. 10:21. I think so, maybe. Or
Cashew, thanks for that. Cashew emailed me a copyright strikes for dummies.
oh, nice,
Basics. It
nice,
tells you how that works.
very
I'll
good.
check that out.
Cashew's all over it.
Cashew's awesome. Yeah, Cashew is all over. That's great though. Everybody, every channel that she mods on is a lucky channel.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds silly, but just she brings so much to the the chain. It sets the mood, and that's what she does.
Yeah.
She greets everybody and sets the mood, and that's perfect.
Yeah, what's people talk about how many viewers they have and how many people are watching or whatever, but you start looking at how many people are always together in these chats and get to know each other. It's almost like going, and it's such a weird dynamic now with the COVID and everything like that, about how people are kind of sequestered and how we're making these connections. So it's kind of a double-edged sword in that we're finding a lot of people and building communities in these ways of common interests, because essentially what we used to do kind of is like go out to a bar and you'd run into a few people that you like, or you'd go to a place, but now we're running into like 150, 200 people that all kind of share the same interests. We're connecting that way. And so that's kind of, that's the great thing, like you said earlier about the technology, but it's also kind of the weird thing about it in these times that, oh, how far is that going to go to where are you going to be so restricted in your travel, so restricted in what you can and can't do, that this will be the only thing you can do to connect with people? I mean, that would be, on the, far end of the dystopia. But
it's been, let's see, I think they just said it's a year since the pandemic started. And I remember when I first started to put out videos, and they were just, short little things, just throwing them out there. The pandemic was just kind of starting, and if you look, in my description on my channel, it says, we're living in strange times right now, scary times even, but it just seemed like the right time to start a channel.
I kind of remember that. I think I saw that. You did like a short video, kicked it off, kind of like just introduction.
Yeah, look ahead. Yeah. And it's funny. I just rewatched that the other day. I was like, damn.
I know. Can you believe what's happened in a year? I mean, geez.
Now it's a year, dude. This month is a year that I've been on. It's not now live videos. It's been like seven months, somewhere around there.
Right.
But still.
Right. It's a year.
I'm still like, how the hell did I last that long doing live shows? And it's just fun, man. It's because I want to be, I want to be there. I want to, bring people together. I want to meet the people because I was in chat before I started.
Right.
This,
I remember.
And
right.
I was a mod for, a lot of different people.
Right. And, right. That's what I remember.
I mod. I mod all the time.
Right.
And I take it seriously. It's not like I'm just some guest host or, some host that goes and, hangs out. No,
right.
I'm mod.
Right. That's why I barely get the wrench on Beast. Like every now and then I'll be like typing in and I'll have a wrench and I'm like, how did I get that?
Yeah, I'm not a mod over there. But that's fine. I don't have to be a mod everywhere. Because as soon as I come up and I'm like, oh, I gotta be a mod.
Right now I gotta really read and see what's going on here. I can't just screw off on the chat and have fun.
But what I'm getting at is just, every night, with the same people night after night.
Right.
And it becomes like your family,
I know.
So I figured, well, it's time to meet, my family. and everybody
cool.
should meet, this is the first time that we've talked.
Right.
That's what it's about. These guys probably a lot of people here haven't seen you before.
Right. Right.
Now they have.
Cool.
Everybody, Scott, everybody. But you know what I mean? And that's what I love, that with being able to do that is and giving people a place to come hang out and talk freely and, not have to worry about ridicule and bullshit. If you have a story and it's a fantastic story, tell it. I love a fantastic story, and so does everybody else.
Yep. Yeah. There's times like, when, like, if I don't have a show on that I'm listening to live, it's kind of like, man, you kind of feel like, that you're missing something sometimes. Because I mean, I know there's people that probably hit live streams every night and have different chats that they're in all the time, but it's just kind of like, I hit.
Kentucky Goblin says, I would like to meet you in person, Mug. See, and I'm about that too. I want to meet people. I mean, fine, we get to know each other here, but somehow I put myself in this position that people want to meet me.
Right, and see, that's like,
I want to stop on my way to Florida and meet people and see people and say, hey, what's up, man? Thanks, good to meet you.
Or or just having like freaking some type of weird get together where you can meet people at a common spot, and people come in, just like with LBL and stuff like that.
Miss Real Deal, have a wonderful evening.
Find that song.
For all you do. World Bigfoot Radio. All Bigfoot all the time. This just in. What else? Mogs, come to London. No chance. No desire to go to London. I'd go back to Italy, though. I would definitely do that. No. I don't know. I want
to go back to Switzerland. I think that's probably that was one of the cleanest and kind of mellowest places I can remember that I went to in Europe. Yeah. It was.
I went to Italy in 89, I think 89 or 90.
I was there in 89. I went to Rome, went to where else? Where's the Duomo and Michelangelo?
Vatican City.
Well, no. But I went there. God, I can't even believe that I can't.
Raffle is in Vatican City.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've been there too.
It was very, very touristy. You get there and you're kind of like, but if you get out in the country, it's a whole different story. But in the cities, it's just kind of like, at that time it was pretty just packed. Summer, everybody from Northern Europe was down there, vacationing.
Mogs, come visit Scotland, Bud the Red.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Scotland would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man, Highlands, Scotland would be great. Yeah, could handle that. Spain. I mean, I studied in Spain for a summer. Spain.
Mike, have a good night. Yeah. Mike's Adventures Ballin.
Germany was nice.
Oh yeah, you probably didn't see the other day I fell.
Yeah, no, I did. You had the big bruise on your arm.
Watch that. Wait, where is it?
Oh man, yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
It wasn't that bad the other day, but it doesn't hurt or anything. It just looks.
I know, it just looks bad. Yeah.
At least it didn't turn green or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those weird bruises. Oh,
I don't know what's so good to Europe. I was like, America. I need to get back to the States and really go around more to see a lot in the States, because I know that there's so much more here.
And that's that's what I want to do is see my country.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of it, but there's a lot I haven't seen. So
Yeah. And it's not going to get any easier to travel, and gas isn't going to get any cheaper, man.
no. So I think I'm getting out of Dodge at the right time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
It wasn't a Kansas joke, by the way.
Oh no.
Dodge.
No. What? There's jokes about Kansas. Never heard them. Like Dorothy, and we're not in Kansas anymore. I love it when hear people say, "Oh, you're not in Kansas anymore." We should write a book like "Still in Kansas." Yeah.
Where was that? That was is it Lawrence? No, it's right on the border where Dorothy, the town that it took place in, supposedly. Liberal, Kansas.
Liberal's way out southwest.
Yeah,
almost down to Oklahoma.
Yeah. I've stayed in Liberal, actually.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
I was on my way to
anybody in Liberal, but it has a distinct odor to the town. I mean, there's I think there's like some meat packing plants there. At least there used to be. The wind blew in the wrong direction. It wasn't the best. But yeah, driving through western Kansas. I mean, you get east of Topeka, and it's flat land, man. Flat land, some hills.
My thing.
So female Bigfoots are safe. They'll be glad to know that. Oop.
Didn't do it. Let him fix that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't lose connection. That was good.
And I didn't get motion sickness. Great. Perfect. It's like, I can't watch like certain video games. Like, I can play them, but I can't watch somebody play it because I get motion sickness.
Oh, yeah.
Huge television. And I'd sit there and he'd start playing something, and I was just like, dude, I gotta walk away because.
Yeah, I think I used to play too much Madden football that way, and eventually I felt like I was, seeing patterns. So it was time to walk away from the screen. And now I sit and look at the computer.
Patterns, dude. This is weird today, and it's twitching right now. My left eye.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed you kind of reaching at it there a little bit.
Today it was. I don't know if it's still doing it, but I was seeing spots out of my left eye.
Oh yeah.
It was clouding over. My dad was like, "Oh, it sounds like cataracts or something." I'm like, "What?" And it just started today, and it was weird. If I closed my other eye and looked at the sky, blue sky, it was like looking under a microscope where you see like the squiggly stuff, but this was all dots.
Oh, I've had that a little bit of that before, but
it was
not
like looking through. It was weird. It was like looking at like something under a microscope, but it was just layered, and it was that I could see it that way was weird. So now I don't know what's going on.
Almost like it was the actual membrane that's over your eye, and some of the cells moving around in that. Is that what you're talking about? Because I know I saw on God, what was it, on Family Guy? Wasn't Stewie talking about that? And he was talking about the little squiggly thing that would like kind of float through your eyes sometimes.
Oh, that's interesting. I've heard seeing spots means your blood pressure is too high. Possibly. What's causing the twitch? Because my eye is twitching right in the corner. It's like the muscles contracting.
Yeah, it could be stress, man. You need to.
That's maybe. I don't know. I normally don't get stressed, but I'm under a time crunch right now, and I'm busting my ass. I mean, I did 10 hours today working on a deck in the cold. It was it would on and off rain, and it was. I don't even think it got out of the 40s today.
Yeah, stay warm. Don't get sick before you travel. Make sure you hydrate.
Oh, dude,
Take
yeah,
some
no,
vitamins.
I drink plenty of water, and I
Sweet.
actually had thermals on today. I had tops and bottoms on.
Very good. Well, shoot, man. If you've been up that late, let's we should shut this down so you can go and get on and relax a little bit.
Oh, dude, now there's 20 minutes left.
Oh, I got you.
No, I like going to the 2 hours. The other night I cut it short, so because Duke had his premiere, and then I get sidetracked when I close down the show and start doing stuff on my show, like putting the link in description or whatever.
Right. Totally forgot about Duke's show.
All of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about Duke. I got there for like 5 minutes and then it was over. It felt like a shit.
His shows are always good. I always listen to him usually.
Duke does a wonderful presentation.
Yeah.
The amount of time he puts into editing.
Yeah, I like the Swamp Ritual. I like
that's a crazy band, dude. A bass and a drum.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I listen. God, who did I think Duke was on. I think he must have been on Sas. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I thought he was on Sasquatch Chronicles. I think that's how I first heard about him, or some other show before I started listening to the big Real Bigfoot Rodeo.
You know what? Yeah. I used to hang out. I mean, I started in the Paranormal Portal, and that was my first chat. And
Brent has a great show, man. I like that. I get over there a lot.
Go there anymore.
Well, your show's usually on at the same time, and sometimes.
No, Tuesdays he's not on. That's why I went with the 8 o'clock my time.
Oh,
but because he's on 2 hours he's on 1 hour on Thursdays. That's why I went with 9 o'clock because of Paranormal Portal. I was showing respect, so I just went to 9 o'clock. I didn't want to step on toes. But yeah, I don't. It's not that I don't want to. Just not welcome in some places lately.
That's too bad. Well,
and it's not due to the host in that show. Gotcha. I don't know why, dude. I'm like,
don't get into the drama. Don't make it into the Bigfoot drama. Don't make it that crazy.
No, it's just funny.
Well, and that's true too, because eventually it's going to get to the point where people are going to have a bunch of different shows, and it's like, well, there's going to be a little bit of competition that way.
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, I'm not in competition. I'm just doing my time.
Right, slot. But it's just like people will gravitate in between them, and
sure. Oh yeah, you get people where you're going to overlap and whatever,
because somebody's going to find a gap. Like I know, like Sunday. I don't know. Did Daniela do something? She usually does something around
Saturdays
6 o'clock.
And Sundays. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not welcome there.
Oh. Well, it's too bad. But
anything, dude. Nothing.
Well, then maybe you and I should do a show like a Friday night, like midnight, or Saturday night midnight, something like old school. Like freeform radio, like FM. You know how you used to like freaking stay up late and listen to freaking FM or something, maybe on like a Saturday midnight. I don't know though. I can't stay up that late anymore. I don't know.
This is your idea.
maybe a morning show. Maybe we should do a morning show. Maybe that's better. There's nobody doing morning. There's nobody doing mornings, right?
Well, Tex does Thursday mornings around. It depends on my time. It's like 11 o'clock or something.
Right, he does kind of a mid morning
brunch with Bigfoot.
Right.
Who else? I thought somebody else recently did something else early.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough to be any good.
Rooted Expedition, I think, had done something early afternoon one time or twice. Yeah. It was like 3 o'clock my time. It was just weird that it was actually
drive time. We could do drive time. We could do a drive time.
I'm not looking to do anything special right now. Once I get settled, I got to get to Florida first, dude. Then I got to get settled in, and then I'll start to really consider doing other things. I know I'm going to be doing fishing videos and the different properties I'm going to be, taking care of. There's supposed, stuff going on in those areas as far as, sightings and, Sasquatch, whatever.
Yeah, you get your plate full.
It's gonna be neat what I'm gonna have access to. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Kentucky Goblin says, I've seen spots and stars when I hit my head getting into the car. Yeah, I didn't hit anything. It's not like it's almost. We're still talking about my eye.
Right.
I was in the dark earlier. I was having a cigarette before the show. I was outside, and every time I would look to the left or to the right, I out of the corner of my eye, I would see like almost like a flash. Just this little, like, what the hell? And still doing it. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. Hopefully, thanks, Lee. Great radio voice.
What about, were you working with any solvents or anything, or any like sawdust or something that might get in your eye?
Well, no, there was, but it's not like that. It was weird because it felt and it looked like there was a film over my eye, but I could see, and I'd close one. If I closed my right eye, if I went between eyes, what I'm seeing in my left eye is darker. So it was a little weird.
Yeah.
Crazy eyes activated. Roll with it. That's funny, Lockbeard. That's awesome, dude. The hell? Who did the crazy eye thing? The Steve Buscemi with what was that? Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, maybe.
Great movie.
Buscemi's.
Steve Buscemi he had crazy eyes for that.
He was good in Reservoir Dogs. Buscemi.
Reservoir Dogs. That was Harvey Keitel.
That was all the different guys that set up the
Mr. White, Mr. Green.
Right.
Yeah. I had a friend that had dated Jerry Keitel, Harvey's brother, and she had a picture. She had a movie poster from Reservoir Dogs with everybody's signature on it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting. You run into any other celebrities when you're in Jersey at all?
Hold that thought. I got a cough. Yes. New York, New Jersey.
Right.
I've talked to Garth Brooks. He's talked on my phone. Like I met him in New York City, and I called a friend and said, "Hey, guess who I met?" And she's like, "You're full of shit." So Garth was so I handed Garth the phone, and he gets on the phone and starts talking to her. And at first he was like, she's not talking to him, and he hands me the phone. I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Wendy, talk to this guy. Give him back the phone. Yeah, he talked to her for like 4 or 5 minutes. He walked away with the phone, and everybody standing around me suddenly like looked at me and went, "Who the hell are you?" And then hands me the phone, and I'm like, "Thanks, dude." Because the last thing he says to her before he hands me the phone, he's like, "Love you too," and hands me the phone. I'm like, "Thanks, girl." And I get on the phone. I'm like, "Wendy," and she just freaks out, just screaming at the top of her lungs, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And that got me nervous. But yeah. I met John Travolta when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, actually, we went to the same high school. He dropped out, but he was years before me. But yeah.
Do you have any, had a younger brother or older brother?
I think Joey's old. Joey's his brother. I don't know if he's younger or older. He might be a little older. And then he has sisters. My dad was a police officer in that town that they lived in Englewood, New Jersey, and that's where
Right.
they're from. So my dad knew the family. My dad was a cop. His partner used to babysit the Travolters when they were little. So
Interesting.
yeah. Dizzy Gillespie, the jazz.
Oh, wow.
He was a neighbor. Eddie Murphy. I never met Eddie, but he was a neighbor too. It was a suburb of Englewood's like sort of a suburb of New York City. It's like 10 miles away.
Oh, interesting.
Side,
Wow.
So it's close to New York City. A lot of different country singers. I met Gordon Lightfoot. I've sat in the dressing room with B.B. King.
Wow.
And just stupid situations that I put myself in, and I meet all these people.
Nice. That sounds like
who else? Geez. Different sports guys, basketball, football, or Jets, Giants, just.
Did you go into the city very much?
I used to go in every day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I made deliveries there. So I would.
Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't like I got there and went, and to a job. No, I drove around Manhattan all day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mogs,
first time I went in there, dude, I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going. No clue. I was banging the steering wheel. I was so pissed. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And now, if you gave me an address, I could probably tell you where it is and what street and
Oh, wow. That's an interesting, man. That's a show in itself right there. That'd be interesting to talk to you about that. Wow.
New York City. I used to go 3 times a week to the World Trade Center.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Which is weird because you become friends with people, and you wonder after 9/11, it was like, gee, I wonder if the freight operator was there. Which one? What happened? It's unfortunate, but it's weird. But yeah, New York City's pretty cool. I've taken a few people to Manhattan for the first time. That's always fun when they're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned Times Square earlier. I was like, yeah, that'd be a good place.
Yeah, I went first time I went to New York City. I came through from DC on a bus going to a Dead show.
Oh, right on.
Out at the Giant Stadium, out the Meadowlands.
It's my only regret, never seeing the Dead.
And the bus came into the New York Times
Port Authority, yeah.
Right. So got out there from the bus, went up, walked out to Times Square, and was just like, holy crap, man. This is awesome. Just crazy. It was just crazy. It was awesome.
And it's funny because I can tell you where in Manhattan I was when I found out that Jerry Garcia died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was Midtown, 51st Street going. I even know the delivery I was going to. And I remember because as soon as I got to that delivery, I knew the guy there was into the Dead. And when I walked in, I was like, "Hey man, did you hear?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. I think I don't know. I must have seen him on his last tour. I'm pretty sure I did. I did the tour in 91. Did their summer tour. Was that when it was? Right before I started law school. And yeah, there were some shows where you could tell he wasn't at his best, that's for sure.
Isa, is that how you pronounce it? Isa Mars? Thanks for that. And pleasure to meet you, Isa.
Yeah.
New name. I appreciate the suggestion. Right on.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That is
Yeah, and I
good
smoke a
advice.
lot.
Yeah.
Never mind what I smoke. Just no. Mikey, what's happening? Excuse me. Hold on. No, I don't smoke.
And so you got a pop-up trailer you're taking with you, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you got that. You got all your stuff that you need to go gone that's
Yeah, no,
gone, and the stuff that's gonna
everything's
go is
back.
gonna go.
It's
Okay,
just a
got
matter
that.
of pulling the truck up and loading it,
Right.
bringing it
But
up
you
to here, and hooking up the
oh,
trailer.
that's right. Yeah, yeah, okay. Gotcha. Um
I left everything, most of my stuff. Like here, I just have a suitcase that I'm living out of. Everything else is at the other house. It's all packed, boxed, ready to go.
right, right. And then but you got to finish the deck before you head out.
Yeah, and that's the main project. That's my goal, is to finish that. I got 9 days to do it. Hopefully, they get the decking here in a reasonable amount of time. Why the guy told us the next day, oh yeah, you'll get it tomorrow. Well, it's
Oh,
three tomorrows and we haven't gotten it, which
yeah.
is fine. I don't need, I need it before the weekend's over, or
Right.
tomorrow or Saturday at the latest, actually.
Okay. You got that under control one step at a time. And then you know,
So yeah, that's why we're doing, and I'm not pushing it. I feel weird with the raffle. I just
no.
posted a PayPal link in the chat. So guys, if you haven't heard, I'm doing a raffle, trying to raise some funds to get to Florida, and there are different items that are being raffled off. I will have a list because new things keep popping up all of a sudden. I'm going to have a list of everything and hopefully pictures, and I'll post that so you guys can see what it is. It's Bigfoot Odyssey. Donate a FLIR cam for it. It attaches to your iPhone or iPad. He also donated $200. It was very gracious of him. Sawdust Beast is donated 2 items from their store. If you win that, you get to pick anything from their store. 1 item, 2 gifts. What else? Duke has offered up his time. World Bigfoot Radio, Duke Sullivan. 3 days Bigfoot expedition. If you want to raffle for that, you can do that, which I think is cool. Tex is doing the same thing. His time. He's also throwing in a trail cam. Tex is a weekend excursion. He's just throwing in his time and his effort. You guys have to get there. Same with Duke. And thank you guys for donating your time and everything. You guys are just amazing. What else? I know I moved the list.
T-shirt. You see, you had one of Texas T-shirts.
Yeah, I have a T-shirt that from Trinity Para Cryptid that I'm throwing in. It's a 2X black. I'll get a picture of. I'll go and take a picture of it, and I'm going to put up a post so everybody can see what's going on and what's out there. Mike, well, no, what was it? Shit. Michael Peyton. I didn't write that one down. Michael Peyton is an artist that
Oh, right.
yeah, he does Bigfoot pictures and interesting style. There's some he gave me a list of 13 pictures that I was to choose from. I don't want to choose. I'm going to see if it's okay for him. With him, that I just post them all, and the winner can choose which one. there'll be 2 prizes on that. They're interesting. They're interesting paintings, and it's all $10. You can enter as many times as you want, and just specify in PayPal what you're there, what you're putting it for. What you want to put the, you know what I mean?
Right. What when you're going to
stepping on my
choose
tongue
to
be it the the expedition with Duke, or the expedition with Tex, or the FLIR from Bigfoot Odyssey, the trail cam, mugs. These mugs, guys, I'm having a few made. Sandy Parsons was so generous to do that. That's the other side, is WTF. I'm friends with the monster.
you can also can't you also pin can't you also pin the list of these to your comments, or a list on the description maybe?
I can do a community post,
but not necessarily say what it's for. Just put the list there. Know what I mean? As far as not to violate any of the restrictions that the platform
I don't know about
places on you.
Shit.
So just list the list of things.
List it in the description. I'll write everything up. I'd love to put pictures up and whatnot. I mean, I have to put pictures somewhere for.
Right. I'm just saying. So you got it off your mind right now, and you have it someplace. Because I can tell you're thinking about having to take care of that also. So don't make it one more thing, man. Don't make it one more thing too much. Just slap it
on my own.
Slap it in the description for now. That'll be there. People will see it there, and they'll know what to look for. And then when you get it up, people will know also. And plus, you got it. And plus, you told everybody to list it in the PayPal when they got there. So you got one thing you've already told them to do. You got one more thing that you can do just by pasting it in there. And then when you do the pictures and the whatever the other description is, that'll take care of itself too.
Sure.
And then it'll be rocking and rolling. That'll be done. The thing is going to be delivered this weekend. We're going to pray for you. We know we've got people out here that support you. So we got good vibes, man. Don't.
Yeah, man.
It's some things are out of your control. Some things are out of your control. So you put it in other people's hands,
To ask anybody for help. I just don't do
whatever.
It.
You got good vibes. You got a community. You got a decent show. If people want to do that, that's their free will.
Amazing people here. I love the people here. Everybody is just awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm finding generous as well. And
well, see, that's kind of another thing. Right. Exactly. And that's another thing kind of about these times and these people that we're building as far as who we connect with now. Because, there's a whole other reality that can be built from the ground up and not have to buy into the system that we don't agree with,
Mm-hmm.
And that can be people of all persuasions and all beliefs.
Sure.
Because we know that overall, when we're divided, it's easier to be controlled, and there's so much more that unites us.
Oh, there's a lot of attempts to divide this country right now, and it's not coming from its citizens.
Exactly. And so,
as far as I'm going, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not political. I didn't vote. I don't follow shit as far as politics, but
we just want to be able to live our lives and be left alone.
And my dad, I could hear my dad listening to Sean Hannity, and he had a guest come on and just went off. And I was like, I stopped what I was doing and I watched. I was like, damn. I mean, he was tearing the Perez a new ass. I was just like, I looked at my dad. I was like, really?
it's all a system that's, I mean, why do you think they call television programming? And why do you think the directions come from a control room?
Interesting.
I mean, I really haven't watched much media. I used to be a media junkie. I mean, I used to, there was a time where I was able to watch all the cable news networks, all the local news networks from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10:30 at night. And I could predict the news cycle in a way of just knowing what was showing up in certain narratives and things like that. And after a while, it just got to be a realization that this is all kind of a construct. You know, it's a
I don't watch the news.
I know.
I quit.
I did too. I have too. And my degree is in journalism. Before I went to law school, I had a journalism degree. It's all bought and paid for, man. It's all bought and paid for. But irregardless of that, if we build communities here where we connect with people that are of like-mindedness, we don't even have to buy into that crap. You know, that's the great thing that is the big movement, because I think now at year 2000, what's going here is what's being said here by a lot of the people that are in control, Davos, international groups, in a way to set the table for the next 1,000 years. Well, I don't want to go into a dark age. I don't want to have the Renaissance go away.
No.
I don't want liberty to go away. I want to be able to connect with people, and we can just say no. That's the biggest power we have, is just to say no.
Mogs, when are you going to make Lockbeard?
He'll ban everybody.
That's like, I don't know.
Hypothetically.
It would be revenge. Ban me, will ya? Not for nothing, Lockbeard, but there's not too many channels you're welcome at. But you're welcome here, dude.
That's what I like about your show too. That's what I like about your show.
I even called him out. I called him out on something today or something. He started to get a little out of hand. I was like, chill, dude. And he's like, sorry. and thanks for the respect, though, Lockbeard. I appreciate that.
Well, that's another thing. It's like, yeah, exactly.
I like kicking people off, and I'm going to lose people because
Well, it's also about dialogue.
You're nice.
It's like we're talking about here. It's like buying into saying no, because if we are to believe, because in chat, we're chat. We kind of talk about ideas, and you can tell maybe people's political leanings or whatever. But in reality, we're here to kind of have fun and get to know each other. I mean, I don't care what people political persuasions are or whatever, or what they like. It's about the commonalities between us, and we don't have to be all the same. Diversity is great.
I don't hold anything against anybody. Gay, straight, black,
right.
white, doesn't
exactly
matter. Religious, Jewish, Muslim,
exactly,
whatever, doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly right. And that's
you're out in the woods and a Bigfoot approaches. You think he's going to ask, "Hey?"
Right. You get in a situation where you got to depend on somebody. You don't care about that stuff.
Catholic, you don't care.
And that's what traveling like overseas and realizing that a lot of the things that you are grown up with or taught or whatever, when you go to another country, you get a whole different perspective.
Oh, yeah.
And you start to realize also how you're just at the whim and mercy of who you can connect with sometimes. You don't know the language, you don't know the culture, you don't know what's going on like you do here. And not a lot of Americans travel and get outside that paradigm. When you get outside that paradigm, it's a whole different story. Yeah.
It's intimidating too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I can remember flying out of the clouds and landing in Madrid and just being like, I'm on a different planet. I'm on a whole different planet, whole different deal. It's just like being dropped and you're just like, whoa, what? Okay, adapt.
That says, Bogues, people are people. They are.
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
I didn't forget about Tex, dude. I said Tex is donating a trail cam. He's also donating his time for a 3-day a weekend outing.
Brown Springs.
If you want to go in for that. And everything is $10, and like I said, multiple times. You can enter multiple times, and just put in the description in PayPal what you want to be what you're raffling, looking to win. Again, I'll list everything as soon as I can. I'm going to write it all out, and that's a good idea because I don't know about, like I said I was going to do a post, but I don't. You said guidelines. I think I missed that.
Well,
part.
I mean, if you said, I just give a list of the things, and then everybody that knows your show knows what the things are there for.
Yeah.
Instead of announcing it's this way and these are the rules and this is that, I think that's frowned upon by this platform because they want their cut.
Those would be so out of place in London. Yeah.
No, it looks like Keith Richards. Are you kidding, man?
So what's the point? Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, I love history. I love, I love seeing old buildings and stuff. And, Italy was just intense, Yeah. That was crazy, the architecture there.
Did you go to the Colosseum?
I went to the Colosseum, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Pompeii. That was cool.
Yeah.
I was really enthralled with that.
I saw some very nice the Colosseums, miniature Colosseums in different areas of Europe. Like in Spain, they had one that was like maybe a fifth the size.
Is it more but the same principle?
Yeah, but it was in like a smaller town. Like it was an outpost of the Romans. So it was like, it was a seat of government, and it had, the same things going on there. But it was weird. It was like a miniature Colosseum, and you're like,
what's happening? Lane says, I want a Mugs mug or a Mugs mug. Yeah. Although I've been called Mugs before, or Mags, and it's funny that I called myself it.
Lane.
Would you look like the concrete through mugs? I don't understand what that says. What is this? Would you look like the concrete through mugs? I'm reading that wrong.
Though, would you like the concrete though? I guess the concrete in the city, is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I get it. No, dude, I drove in Manhattan for years, dude, and I couldn't wait to leave the city every day, and go and back to the country. I'd rather be in the boondocks than in the city. Overbuilt, is that just a random thing? I love Pantera. Oh no, you're talking music with right on. With Duke.
Overbuild Automotive's talking pretty good.
Yeah, no,
he's talking about Pantera. Is he putting Pantera lyrics in the chat? Is that what?
No. They're just talking. Duke's talking about Metallica, who he died, or who he met before. He met who? Cliff from Metallica before he died.
Oh, I got you.
And then Overbuilt says he loves Pantera. I actually saw Pantera in concert.
Pantera's all right.
Dude, I was a bouncer at a heavy metal rock club.
Oh yeah?
I'd get out of there and I'd get in my truck and it'd be country music. So
yeah, well, I like all music, man.
Well, I said, I used to bounce, and one of the guys took me up to this place up in Nyack, New York, called World Stage. It's not there anymore, I don't think. And I didn't know what we were going there for. So we got up we go to the back door, get up, and we're on a balcony, and I look down and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a mosh pit, and I'd never seen this shit before. I never heard of Pantera. Like I said, I was a country, I was always into country music, and there's Pantera on stage. I was like, wow, this is cool. Interesting. Yeah, that was back in, 2010,
80s,
90, 91,
91.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Good time
Dimebag
shit.
Darrell was, still alive. Yeah, it was interesting. Guys, we are at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, man, you gotta get some rest. I gotta get some rest. I gotta.
Metricore? No. TFV, what's up, man? No, I haven't. Metricore. Never heard of them. Like I said, I'm more of a country guy. I like Metallica. I grew
No,
up
I
with
think
it.
that's a type. I think that's a type of music he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Metricore. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Again, I'm going to post this real quick one more time. It is the PayPal link. I want to thank my mods for continuing.
yeah, appreciate the mods for bearing with us. Everybody in chat.
I'm just, God willing, you'll never hear me ask you guys for anything again. But I need to get to Florida. And I won't do it for free. I won't take money. So doing a raffle, I was like, yes, let's do that. I want to give something back. So that's what we're going to do, guys. And I'll get like I said, I'll get a list out as soon as possible. I wanted those, I'll get those paintings up somewhere once I talk to this gentleman to make sure I can post all 13 of them. But they're pretty interesting. His name is Michael Peyton. He has a Facebook page, but I'm sure there's probably 3,000 Michael Peytons out there.
Let's look for the one that has a picture in the
of Bigfoot.
For I can't remember what I was thinking.
Okay, it's an old school death metal band from upstate New York. Right on.
Oh,
never heard of them. Stevie B says, Kans Squatch, great show tonight, Mogs.
Thanks, man.
And Stevie, congratulations. I'm so thrilled that your daughter got married today. They've been trying for a year. Then COVID hit and just it all got all fucked up. And finally,
nice. That's good they could get together. That's the way to do it. Not do it the way where they was going to limit it to 4 people or something like that.
No, they had a good time. A big
great
shindig. That's awesome. And that's possible, Lockbeard. I'll never ask for anything again until I need a prosthetic leg because a gator ate and bit it off. There's always that. All right. Anyway, what's up, Tony? Good to see you, Ray. Everybody's coming in late. We should have been off the air by now.
I know that's like I said, it's the late show. It's like when there's nothing else on, they know they can come and hang out in the chat.
Stevie B, my pleasure. Congrats again. That's awesome.
Oh no! Now I know. I do know where some chat people go for overnight chat. I've seen some of these channels that are live streaming sleep channels or something that have
they do it. They look like a 10-hour stream.
No, I think well, I think it's like a 24-hour live stream of just nature sounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
rainstorms or
snowstorms
or wind.
So there's people in the chat that are just talking to each other. So I guess if you totally addicted to chat and you can't find any place to go, you just
chat.
Yeah, just go over and talk to somebody on the free
StreamYard to do something. I think and it was supposed to be record only, but it doesn't broadcast. I pushed the wrong button and a chat room popped up. And guys, people hung out there for I wasn't there. I didn't even know it was there. I found out the next day. Some people hung out for an hour or two.
Sure. When I get an alert for some shows, I'll go there and just check out, see if I was in chat.
Mogs, any thoughts on the Burmese python bandanas? I got to catch the Burmese python first before I can make the bandana. So we'll see. There's a lot of
Florida.
Florida, yeah. Anyway, I'll sit here and babble all night.
Let's roll. Let's cut this off while we can.
Cans, I want to thank you so much for stopping by tonight and hanging out.
Thanks for
it was a pleasure, man.
Letting me share the time with you, and the invite was awesome.
Absolutely. We'll do it again soon. But I'm going to say goodnight to you. If you want to say goodnight to chat, now's the time.
Chat. Later. I'll see you soon in chat.
Very good. All right, man. Thanks again.
Okay. Have a good one. Night. Get some rest, man.
I will. Thanks.
All right. Later.
Wow, guys. I can't believe it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Big thank you to everybody that showed up tonight and all your generosity. And, you know, I'm going to figure out a way to get the bandanas. I don't know. Who's that? Hang on. Sorry, someone tell me to get off the air. It's too late. You guys, I have to thank you. I see there's PayPal. I didn't look. I just saw there's PayPal there. You guys are awesome. I'm touched. No shit. Uncle Bones, what's happening? Good to see you, but I got to split. Guys, if you enjoyed the show, please hit the like, and if you're new, subscribe. And also leave comments, and I'll get back to you in the comments section. I love reading the comments. You guys are really good for comments. Oh, dude, I thought he was going to hang out. I was going to go backstage and BS with him for a little bit. Lockbeard, fuck out of here. All right, guys. Patrick Noble says, Scott, you're going to make him twitch. Dude, thank you. Where am I at? Oh, I'm saying goodnight. Yeah. My ass dragon. I will see you guys. I'll be back Tuesday, and then Thursday I'll be here. Thanks. That's St. Patty's Day. That's the 18th. And then after that, I'll, God willing, be in a truck heading south. I want to be on the road by no later than Saturday is the 20th. If I can get out before that, I will. Maybe Friday. But yeah, it's right there. And you guys are getting me there. And thank you again. All right, guys. Have an amazing evening or night now. And I'll see you then. All right. I'll see you soon. I'll get that list up for you too. All right, guys. Thanks. Peace and God bless.